Welcome to Hookah, Wine, and Whatever, where we smoke hookah
Drink wine.
and discuss whatever.
Whatever.
So, anyone who knows me knows I am a certified hookaholic, but I'm in rehab. I've only been smoking on the weekends.
Girl, that's a lie.
Like
Anyway.
anyone who knows her knows that she is a certified wino. That's why we have a gallon of Carlo, last name Rossi.
So what flavor hookah you smoking on tonight?
This is Love 66, one of my favorite flavors.
Okay. I don't know. I like the name. Love 66. And like she said, I'm drinking the hood classic Carlo Rossi Sweet Red. Sweet Red is actually my favorite flavor. So like we said, we like to talk about whatever. We'll talk about, we might start off with one topic, it might pour over into another topic, but that's just the beauty of it. Is going to show that we are not scripted, we are genuine, raw, and authentic with what we speaking on.
We like freestyle. What's that show, Wild and Out? Everything we discuss is coming off the top of the dome.
Right.
So, it's real, it's authentic, and this is just giving y'all a glimpse of what we do on a normal Friday night. We just giving
Maybe
the world access
Saturday
to it.
and Monday too.
Yeah, maybe sometimes
But, yeah.
Saturday. A little easy on the Monday because that's back to school, back to work, all of that.
Right.
So tonight I was actually discussing. I was talking to my girlfriend, and we were talking. I was on TikTok, and TikTok took me down. Yeah, I know how we go down them rabbit holes on TikTok with Gail Lewis. Now, Gail Lewis is an Atlanta socialite who has been married to her husband for over 26 years, who just recently found out that he was cheating on her via social media, via her, like, just honestly doing like a welfare check with the airlines, trying to see when his flight was landing. And then, like, the final straw was like she saw the woman who the airline gave her the name of on all of her credit card statements. So it's clear that this just like was not a fling. This wasn't like a one time, oh baby, I fucked up, I did this with somebody else. Like, this man literally was going on with this woman for years, like months, over 10 months worth of receipts of her credit card where she was going on trips, she was on islands, who knows whatever else she was doing. And her husband showed absolutely no remorse. Like, when confronted, he was just like sitting there casually, eating his bag of Cheetos. And
let's say at first he lied. Clearly,
he lied first.
She kept asking her husband, well, who is Miss Such and Such? Because they're saying that you and her was on this flight together. You guys got off the flight. Of course, he denied it. She asked him a few times, and then she started getting frustrated, and it was kind of presented to him like, listen, like, I know the truth. Like, I need you to tell me the truth. So after probably 10 times of denying it, he finally said yes. And most of us would think that he would have responded like, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry," like very remorseful, apologetic. But instead, he was just like, he looked relieved. She said, like, "Damn, like
a burden was lifted, right?
Like, I'm happy.
Now I don't have to hide it. Basically, now he can be out in the open with it."
So she at top tier, of course, stressing out. She said her head is pounding, feel like her blood pressure is sky high. Even suggesting
she took her blood pressure and it was like 110 over like 190
over like 110, right? Saying even in that moment, even when she's so mad and furious, she's talking about counseling and X, Y, and Z. And he basically, like, she even asked him, like, so what are you going to do with her? And he looked at her like,
well, I'm not going to stop fucking with her. That's what you're trying to say. Right,
I don't want us to get a divorce, but I'm not going to stop messing with her either, and kind of put her in a position.
So, I mean, what the hell does that mean? Like,
so I'm gonna ask you, Jen, because we know you're the married one,
and
you knocking on 10 years. Actually, what, in 2 months? And so, I mean, I got my opinion on it and how I would react, but just you being a married woman, if that was you in your situation, and this is, obviously you finding out this about your husband, how would you react?
You know what? Counseling could have been an option if he were remorseful. You know what I'm saying? If he actually felt bad for what he did. If this was a fling is what? Like, No, I'm not even gonna say a fling because a fling is like kind of off and on. A fling is not maybe something that happened one time. I'm talking about like a one time thing. You cheated, you feel bad, you fucked up, that. But for him to have had a whole relationship with this woman for years just showed that all right, like you had a whole like this was your side bitch, this was your side piece. So to me, it is one option, and for me, being married for 10 years, that would have been divorce.
And not only that, just knowing like this was his girlfriend, like he probably is in love with her.
Mm-hmm.
He is treating her like this is his woman. And I'm not sitting here saying that if he wasn't, that would have been right too. But we all know as women that, when we want to know details about whoever it is that you've been dealing with, like, do you take her out? Do you do this? Because we feel like if you're taking the time,
well, clearly he's taking her out because he paying for vacations.
We feel like clearly you taking the time to like make her happy. You truly have some type of feelings. It's more than just a hit it and quit it.
That it was years.
Yes, you got a straight up like connection with this woman, and of course, that's not what's up. Like, so I don't know. Like, I just kind of feel like at the end of the day, maybe this might be cliche or whatever the case may be, but you committed to a marriage. Like, you stood before God, your friends, your family, you committed to this woman. I'm not saying everything's supposed to be sweet, solid all the time, but you vowed to be my partner, communicate with me, and she even said too, like, I always tell him, you can keep it 100 with me. Like, if this not working out, like, talk to me about it. I'm gonna be hurt.
And that's the thing, like cheating, okay, I'm not gonna say it's acceptable, but it can happen. You know what I mean? But my thing is, like she said also, like, tell me. Don't let me find out on no back end shit. Don't let people be posting shit from the internet. Like she said, her girlfriends call her for what she thought was just like a lunch date, but they really calling to tell her, like, yo, it's pictures of your husband and this other woman online. Like, that shit is firsthand embarrassing.
Sis, can you pass the hookah?
I mean, you ain't passing a Carlo, but I'm gonna pass the
girl.
hookah.
Your glass is full.
But yeah, I mean, like, that's firsthand embarrassment. Like, you could have came to me and said, "Listen, it's not working," or "I think you need to work on this or that." And what like touched me a little bit was like she started blaming herself. And I feel like that's what we do. Like, maybe it's something that you as a woman, like, you feel like, oh, what I'm not doing, maybe I'm not skinny enough.
But let's speak on that though.
Maybe
But let's speak on that though, because I feel like most times when we're in situations like that, spoken from a woman that has been cheated on in the past, that I feel like a lot of times we do blame ourselves, or they put blame on, oh, you wasn't doing this. And I just kind of felt like most times it's not about what I'm not doing. It's just because sometimes I feel like a man don't even have a reason to cheat.
I feel like they just like variety.
They just do it to just do it. It's new.
Yeah, they just want variety. They want something new. They want something different. I mean, like, I feel like as a woman, you could pull out all the tricks of the trade for your man, and nothing is going to keep him unless he want to be kept. That's just it. That's bottom line.
Fact.
Like, I was listening to I don't know if you saw the new show, The Impact, on what is it, VH1. But you got like Bernice Burgos, like her daughter. It's like Ella Banks, like a bunch of little new and upcoming celebrities. And Bernice Burgos' daughter was like, well, I gave my man head every morning when he got up in the morning.
That's
too
much.
And I'm just like you can do that.
That don't mean that that's what
you can do any and everything. But if a man wants something different, guess what? He's gonna go out and get something different. If he does not want to be kept,
but let's just take it way back. Like, the first person I could think of is Halle Berry. Everybody said back in the day she was like the baddest person in the game. She was like the ideal woman, and literally every relationship she was in. Well, listen, I'm
Halle Berry, so if if Halle Berry got cheated on, then Halle Berry don't stand.
No, but seriously though, like, she was like she was like for African Americans or whatever. She was that. She was woman.
The standard. She was bad, right?
And she was. I could count. I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 guys that she probably was with back to back to back. It was all in the tabloids that she got cheated on once again. So of course it's going to look at, well, what's wrong with her? But maybe ain't nothing wrong with her. What's wrong with the guys? Like, let's just let's just take it
No,
from that
I'm saying
standpoint.
you say that too, but I'm trying to think of like, damn, who was it that just got broken up with or broke up with like somebody else? And I was like, damn, like if they breaking up with everybody, like they got to be the problem. I'm trying to think of
Right.
who it was.
Common? You talking about this other one with Common?
No, I don't think it's Common. I
Because
think it's.
he the hot topic now that he's dating Jennifer Hudson. And girl, I didn't even know he dated all the people he
I feel
did.
like it's a woman who was like linked to multiple partners, and I was like, damn, like she done been in a relationship with this many people, and every person like no. Sometimes women are the problem
No,
too.
of course. I don't doubt that. Like, it could go definitely it could go both ways. But I just think 9 out of 10 times when infidelity gets or adultery, get married, when that plays a part in a relationship, 9 out of 10 times it's not about what the other person not doing. Sometimes they get, sometimes that person might get exposed to something that maybe is new for them. And so because they were so used to what was like
routine. It's routine.
Right. But
after a while.
And I'm not mad at that because I can understand that. I could only imagine if I was in a relationship, I'm just gonna say, for 8 years, and clearly now kids are involved and work. So, we did get into a routine, but then that's when you communicate.
Right.
Communication is the key. You communicate, and you might want to try different things.
And see, you absolutely right. Because me and my husband been married for almost 10 years, but we have been in a relationship for, I want to say maybe like 21, 22 years. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So we've been like
they goals, by the way. I do love her husband. They are goals.
Like we've been girlfriend and boyfriend for like 21, 22 years. My husband is not an internet guy, like I don't have to post him on social media. This like anybody who knows us know what it is.
Right.
And that's just what I feel like. Like you got to switch it up. You got to do different. Like you have to communicate.
Communication is everything. And it's so funny because it sounds like how I'm talking to my team members at work. Like, no, communication really is everything. A lot of people expect for you to be mind readers. They think that, you just supposed to know me. Well, guess what? You at 21 should be a different you at 31, should be a different you at 41. So maybe what you got used to me being at a certain age, now that it's 8+ years later, I'm a different person. Experience changes us. Situation changes us. Like just society as a whole. Like think about how, I'm a 41-year-old woman, but at when my mother was 41, like we said this the other night, it was a whole different time. So you can't compare
those times to these times.
So I just feel like things rapidly change. Just like how, they say change is inevitable. Like, you gotta things you can't get too comfortable in a situation because you just never know. Like your best friend, you feel like your best friend, somebody, she know me in and out. But guess what? Maybe she don't know what you're going through.
Some people get comfortable with that, and I don't like that people feel like, oh well, this person know the way I am. Like, no, that's not good for me. You know what I mean? Because like sometimes you have to conform. Like you got to be willing to accept criticism from other people. Whether it be your spouse, whether it be your friends, whether it be this, like you can't always look at everything in a negative, like, oh, he said this. Like sometimes a person is telling you things because, hey, maybe I want you to be better at this, so this can be better for us. Or maybe I want you to be better at this, so you can be better for yourself,
Not be so defensive. That's the problem. People are so defensive. Like, we're not perfect. We're human.
I'm a defensive bitch. Let me tell you. You get to talking about me. No, I said this because, or I did this. Like, you just can't always have a reason for your bad behavior.
But you notice that, right? The people who claim they're not defensive
are most
say the same thing. Like, well, no, I don't agree. Like, and that's fine. Like, you don't have to agree, but also too, you need to understand how you're being perceived. Sometimes you don't know. Sometimes we are not aware of how we say things.
Right, because how many people would tell you like 5 things about themselves that they need to work on?
Not many.
No,
a lot of people not gonna tell you.
They not. They'll probably name like, say something basic like, just my attitude. Like, no,
But what about
or
your
nigga, you need to
attitude?
work on your communication
Correct.
skills. You know what I
Right.
mean? Yeah.
But all of this, it goes hand in hand. Like I said, I always say communication is the key because it's the foundation of anything, whether it's a romantic relationship,
Mhm.
whether it's a business partnership, whether you're at work, communicating with your kids. Like, you have to open your mouth and you have to effectively communicate. You got to be clear
That's another thing
and
we'll
concise.
touch on, but different time, different place is breaking these generational curses, you know, with the gentle parenting as opposed to your kids being able to express themselves and not being perceived as, oh, you grown or you shouldn't say this.
Right.
And then we got to know when to check our kids when they shouldn't be saying
When they
or when they
crossing their
shouldn't
line.
be doing certain things.
Right.
But that's a different topic for a different day. We went down a whole rabbit hole. We started off talking about Gail Lewis, but went somewhere else. But this is our podcast.
But
this is
just
what
how
you
we
can
wanna do
expect
it.
from us.
Right.
Right. It's real. It's nothing scripted. We don't have any notes, any cue cards, nothing. This is just us freestyling on a Friday night, venting, letting loose. Sometimes we might discuss work. Sometimes we might discuss relationships, children.
Because work be in the way sometimes.
Work be whooping asses. You know, so we just wanted to give you guys a taste of what you can expect from our podcast. We hope you guys tune in.
Make sure you subscribe.
Subscribe to our YouTube channel.
And we need you to tell somebody that's going to tell somebody.
That's going to tell somebody else.
So thank you for listening. I hope you enjoyed, and we will see you later.
Good night.
Bye.